Welcome back, guys. We are back to I forgot what's her face name. Giselle speaking Baltimorean. Shout out to Bippily Ipsnip. That dude is hilarious. What's good, my nuck? Oop scoots my goats. But let's get back to it. So I'm assuming she's speaking English. And since the game is in English, I can only assume that we're speaking Japanese. Makes sense.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what?
He said I'm terribly sorry, dear, but what?
Blah 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 blah.
I forgot his voice. Oh my goodness, bro. That's a common theme in all the Ace Attorney games. I'm just gonna keep forgetting everybody's voices. But he's a butler. He's just like a butler. I know he's a cop, so I'm gonna sound posh, but know what I'm saying, affirmative. The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in UMA University's medical faculty.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. You'll obviously do fine in England, Cosmo. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke. Also, we both know English. So I wonder what the hell she said. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand now. Because I don't even think that was the judge's voice just then. I think it was more like this. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. Yeah, that sounds about right. 3 days ago, at a restaurant called La Carnaval, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper. She says, oh. She says yes. This could take some time. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese. You don't know how to answer a question that's been asked without even needing a translator. It's crazy. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting, when you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print?
Y'all looking at prints now? Don't make me call a tech on y'all. Alright, let me sip this water.
Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps?
Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say? Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. Order. Order in court.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. I mean, if she's at the table, if it was just us three, Ryunosuke, her, and the victim, it had to have been her. And then she's blaming us. Let me take another sip of this water. Excuse me. She definitely guilty. Word to mother. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Don't nod your head at me. Big ass hat. Silly goose on top of your head. I had arranged to meet for a sightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered myself only a beefsteak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then not long afterwards, the accuser took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. You said a lot and she said a little. This ain't adding up, Chief. I see I'm and the word of. Wait, is my mouse on the screen? My fault. My fault, OG. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have. I don't know why I said don't, but I'm confused as to why. Because I saw I'm and of in that little cursive writing. So my bad. That's how I got confused. I'm just shocked that I guessed wrong on what she was about to say. That's crazy. 2 points off for beach shrugging. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. This is a condemning testimony. Indeed. No, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Objection!
Just wait for the cross-examination, dude.
Quiet, you filthy wretch. Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. And look at the snow-white angel. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe.
Ugh. You're still making the same mistakes, Ryunosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. But he's so annoying. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the only two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so, on the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. You filthy. As you can see, there's nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm. And that big goose under that hat and her pantaloons. She probably got a glizzy on her right now. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to.
Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot.
There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Ugh, that's ridiculous. As long as I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it. Technical file, Ryunosuke. What is wrong with you? Keep it. Let me take a sip of water. What is wrong with you? Cosmo, thank you. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryunosuke. But I didn't fire the gun I picked up. Must have been another gun there that day. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart. You just smiled. I just seen it then. You thought you got this in the bag now. She definitely guilty. I'm gonna do everything in my excuse me. I'm gonna do everything in my power to get this white woman convicted. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. Press everything. Because I didn't see anything.
Yes!
After 2 p.m., in fact, that's really quite a late lunch, isn't it?
Objection!
Shut the bro!
You don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late lunches are in vogue, isn't that right?
No. No! Y'all gonna get these British accents. A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. No! Bruh, how do British people talk? Yes, that all makes perfect sense.
Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is.
So you both arrive at the restaurant. What happened next?
Yes!
He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he just had a tooth removed at Hada Clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of that fact? It seems so, yes. She'd heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. That would mean it was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left.
Dear me, what a harrowing experience. To have traveled to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all. That's right, other than some carbonated water. Just water? Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. Alright, I was confused. I'm like, diners? What? You mentioned a diner. And this is a restaurant, but diners as in the people that dined at the restaurant.
I need to stop thinking and just start reading. If it don't make sense, if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense.
They each raised a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryunosuke, about the witness's last statement? Very meaningful. I didn't even notice that was just said. Bro, please stop doing that. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case.
Well, well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing?
Ryunosuke, the significance of the statement will be apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony.
Well, sidestep, counsel.
Very well. Miss Brett, kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony. Gladly, she said. That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm gonna remember that one. You're never gonna use it. Which one? Significance will become apparent when the time is right. You could really use that phrase. I'd hope there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that, Ryunosuke. I ordered a beefsteak for myself, and the professor and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water.
Y'all couldn't tell what was wrong?
Well, when you cheer, you're supposed to have 2 glasses, right? Not just one.
Yes!
That's it. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct. I knew it. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is, it's odd. Very odd.
Dear me, what's odd is the defense's inability to express itself.
Excuse me? I agree, Archie. I agree. Ugh. Ryunosuke, what is it about the print that looks so odd to you? Well, obviously, it's the cheers.
The cheers?
Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. If that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. Ah. You're quite right, counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here.
Objection! Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutiae?
A and E is different fonts.
What possibly What possible difference does this presence or absence of glass make on the case?
Objection!
Means evidence was removed, dummy. Minutiae, you say? Could it be that the detective here removed the glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless.
But there's...
I almost did ouchie voice. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try to tell me you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Inspector, what did the lady say? It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. What? It was all so terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she's saying. Good gracious. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. How British people sound?
There, as I assured the court before, there is no consequence at all. There is of no consequence at all.
Oh, please.
We must remember that the student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before our very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray?
Bro, you keep tapping that cranium of yours as if you are intelligent. What are you rapping about? That's absurd.
Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, and beautiful woman of mischief?
What? No. This can't be put down to mischief. Hiding evidence? Know what I'm saying? Nah. Serious crime. What's that called? Obstruction of justice? I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene.
I skipped a loop and put in my pantaloons.
It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. A handbag, you say? Yes, Your Excellency. A small handheld pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England.
So the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. The student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end, it comes to nothing. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Now he says a good argument. Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed this glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? No. Well, I don't know really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance. I gotta sneeze. I took a COVID-19 test, boy. My nostrils ain't been the same, bro. It ain't been the same. I was better off putting some firecrackers in my nose. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. There's a deeper significance. There. It's the handbag itself, right? could be used. Actually, it could be both. It could be a reason why she took the glass away, other than to conceal her presence. Oh no. And then take some water. But especially the bag. And the bag is important because she could have snuck a handgun. Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag. Bro, come on. In which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. You're right. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too.
What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard?
That's gotta be racist. Like, there's no way. It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. A true murder weapon, if you will.
You can't seriously be suggesting...
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir, I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag. It's hearsay, it's a possibility, but it's hearsay.
No!
Order, order, order.
What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
Meaning of what, Prosecutor Alchi?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Cosmo? Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. Of course we don't. You got something to say, bloody mouth? As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting, simply because it was unnecessary. Unnecessary in what way? I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. Withholding evidence, wow. This photographic print. What the fuck? Looking at this picture, do y'all notice something? I scanned left and right. Left and right. Know what I'm saying? Of course I noticed the handbag. It's actually a nice looking bag. Quick way to get robbed. It's a nice looking bag. Scan to the right. Any particular reason? Mr. Watson got a bull tatted on his... That's an awkward place to put a tattoo. That's... He's a Chicago Bulls fan. He's a Chicago Bulls fan. This print is of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. We had all the evidence from the get-go. I would have been mentioned this dude's tattoo. Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside. That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. Exactly. So there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Fuck what you talking about? I want to talk about that bull on Buddy. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhado-san. Thank you for about the bull, because I've seen a bull before. Bro, you will have scoliosis when you get older, bro. Get up. Order. Order. Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. Indubitably. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel. Come on, get up. The court has now been shown considerable evidence, and this does look bad, as the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance. I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Object.
Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion, that the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime.
Object, 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 object. No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around, I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. Thank you, Cosmo. Cosmo? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. Oh, I thought he was laughing. I thought that was a little smirk. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? You mean this is it? Object.
I must say you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. The weak are meat.
Technical foul on Ouchie. We are not doing this here. But the weak are meat while the strong eat. Are you insinuating that the strong eat meat? That's going to be a double technical if that's what you're talking about. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and only give you a technical foul. That's it.
You're wasting your time. There's no way to defeat true justice.
Object.
A fact you can chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
All right. Boom. Oh my goodness. As I was reading these voice lines, I was thinking, where did that bull come from? I know there was another bull present. I'm saying, but the existence of the bull on his wrist proves that she lied in her testimony. Let's get it going.
A fact you can chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. Come on, object. I really want to show this evidence. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? Not if you object. And Kazuma, his dreams of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Why does he look like he's smiling a little bit? Why do they show his teeth? They could have made him frowning. Kazuma, what? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about the last photograph that the detective produced that we can contest. Yes, it is. Which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. Come on. Object, please. Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling.
It seems we will be able to report to the British government on time after all.
Object. That smug little Ryunosuke Naruhado, having considered all of the evidence placed before me, I hereby declare. I think that's what he said. Was about the same. That's my guess. I hereby find you.
Damn it.
Wait, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke? I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
Objection! This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the court. Yes!
Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there's no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means that if there was a problem with this evidence, some significant detail, there we go, then ruling on this case at this time would be out of the question.
Objection! This is a blatant straw clutching. Look at this photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question. There can't be no problem with this evidence I almost said indeed. You better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag. Ha! I thought so exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes.
Why wasn't that in the autopsy? Yes, I'm desperate, but this isn't a wheeze, because it's not a tattoo. If it's the same exact bull, so there's not a tattoo. It gotta be like a burn mark or something. Because there's literally no other way to get that print onto his hand and leave a glaring mark like that. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. Bro! Very well. I will grant the defense one final opportunity. Alright, that's all we need.
What?
But be warned that if I am unsatisfied by your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect. Do I make myself clear? What you drinking up there? I just now noticed that. What you drinking up there? Yes, Your Excellency. So take another look at this photographic print Inspector Hosonaga submitted before. Will you identify for the court where in this place we see the significant detail to which you have alluded? Too easy. Too easy. Too easy.
Yes!
Look at this here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description.
Objection!
Dear me, why wasn't it in the autopsy? Or the post-mortem report or whatever.
Dear me, I was pondering what new piffle you would come out with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly, that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag.
Exactly. But it contradicts her earlier statement. Yes, that is a burn mark. You're right. Go on, Inspector. The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report, where he should be kicked in his gonads.
What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we?
Yes, we do.
And no possible way of knowing either.
The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Alchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn. But come on. What you got to say? Excuse me, Your Excellency. I see Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the Dean and other university staff. She would like to know if she may be excused from the stand now. No. Object. Object.
Well, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
That burn must be important for her to try to scoots know her way out of here. What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with the case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. I do. If I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging in the hope that I might uncover something useful. Yes, you're right. I am? If we can just link that burn to the case, if we can do that, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again. Now let's do it then. His eyes finally stopped darting. We look confident.
Just give up, Counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that.
Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture. It's not conjecture. But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it? I would, yes. To tell the truth, I have noticed that burn, but as soon as you pointed out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face. Really? I have to find some link between that burn and the case. We got it. Come on. Get yourself into shape. Eyes stop darting. I like to see that. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find evidence that proves what that burn really means. After I drop that evidence, we're gonna end the episode. So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial. Examine? No, it wasn't this picture. It must have been this picture.
Yes!
What's this, Counsel? Yet another print? No, what it is the end of this episode. And it's also coming to an end of Miss Brett's lies. Because how could he burn himself on a steak platter when he wasn't eating steak? That doesn't make any sense. But we gonna find out what happens next episode. Peace.